Hey, how are you? In this video I want to talk a little bit about how to learn faster, because this is such a crucial skill in today's business world and at the university, at school, and this is something that you just have to learn. You have to learn how to learn. Without that skill, you will not make progress into today's world. And to be honest, when I was young, I hated school. It was so boring to me. Sitting for 45 minutes in that desk, at that desk, and just listening, or kind of listening to the teacher and keeping quiet, I could never stand it. I would just draw something in my notebook or talk with my friends from the class, or just doing some other dumb stuff, just to make things happen and make it more interesting. So this is an experience for so many people around the world who, after getting out of school, think that, oh my god, I don't want to learn anything else ever in my life, because this school experience and university is not so much different, except that you drink more. So then people don't want to learn any more stuff. And there are even statistics about that usually after finishing the university, people don't read any more books, like 1 book, 2 books per year. And usually not books that would help them to improve their career or learn new skills, but rather just some cheap, trashy novel, or actually they don't read it, but they just buy it as a present for someone. So this is tragic, and we cannot operate like this, right? So you have to set goals for your learning, right? So I'm going to talk to you about how to basically pick the task that is pick the learning task that is most important to you right now, and then concentrating on it, and then just absorbing this knowledge as a sponge, right? So I found out through teaching and learning and being around this topic for many years that the most important thing, if you want to learn something new, is motivation. You have to have motivation to learn it. That's why school or university just don't cut it, because you are not motivated at all to learn some boring stuff that you will never ever use. So you have to find something that will be very useful to you at this point in your life, right? So the great question to ask, and I got it from actually Brian Tracy, is what one skill, if I've learned it and did it in excellent fashion, would help me the most to make progress with my goals right now? So this is a great question to ask, because then something will spring up, something that is so important to you that you just cannot ignore it, right? So just pick this subject. So let's say you're in the online marketing world, just like me, so you could pick something like learn Facebook advertising, because right now it's a great way to attract new customers and create attention, get attention around your products and so on. So then you just write it down. This is the most important task, the most important skill that you have to develop. And then you just give yourself a little bit of time, because you will not learn these skills so quickly. You have to really immerse yourself to make it almost effortless for you to perform at high levels in this task. So you just write it down, then you create a plan. How am I going to learn it? Then you gather resources. And right now it's easier than ever to do it because of YouTube. YouTube is like all the information that you can find in an MBA program or medical school, engineering, mathematics, marketing, business, anything. It's on YouTube. Just just put in the words there, what you want to learn, and it will pop up. And the other thing, of course, is Google. Just do your Google search, and you can visit things like SlideShare and social media things, even like Pinterest. You can find so many information around the web right now. So you just gather it up around this one topic. So then you have a really big list of resources that you can use to learn. And then you have this burning desire that you know that if you learn just this one skill, it can have a major positive impact on your life. So then you'll be much more motivated to get up and learn. And the next thing is that now, once you have the resources, and now once you have the topic that you want to learn, now the difficult part comes in, which is self-discipline. So now you have to get up every day and learn this stuff. And especially if you are already working somewhere, then I'm quite sure that this work that you do sucks up most of your energy. So then when you are coming back home, you don't feel so energized anymore, and your levels of willpower, unfortunately, are quite low. So it's very hard for you to motivate yourself then to sit down somewhere for 1 hour and learn a new skill, because your brain will just come up with a manifold of excuses about why you shouldn't or cannot do it. So the best thing is to just learn in the morning. That is the secret, because then your brain is fresh. It's like a sponge, and you just feel much more energy in the morning. So yes, it requires discipline. Yes, you will have to wake up earlier. So instead of 8 a.m., let's say 6 a.m. So this will require some shift in your lifestyle. But then you wake up early and make it a part of your schedule. That you take the shower, you brush your teeth and eat the breakfast and so on and so forth, put on your clothes, but then you sit down and for a certain amount of time, depending on your schedule, 30 minutes minimum. But 30, 40, 60 minutes, you just learn. So either you read great books, or you listen to audiobooks, or you watch these instructional videos on YouTube, or you just read the articles you found on the web. And when it comes to practical things, I found that YouTube is actually probably the best, because many people have certain styles of learning, like auditory, and then maybe you prefer just to read it, or you want to touch it, or you want to see it, like visual. But to be honest, for most people it's visual, like 70%, 75% of people. Visual, auditory. So when you put on a great video course, it doesn't have to be from YouTube. You can buy it on Coursera or things like this. And then you just sit down and you absorb it with your eyes and with your ears. And then you still take notes. So then you do 3 things at the same time, which is going to improve the retention rate of the information that you are getting dramatically. Because if you just read stuff, you'll forget about it. Like after 3 days, if I ask you what was it about, you will not be able to recall it. Get it? But if you just watch the video and you see the other person doing what you would like to do and taking notes and being engaged with it, man, you will remember almost perfectly. And especially if you pound your brain with it every day and from many different angles, then it's almost like an effortless skill learning. I once listened to this audiobook by Dan Kennedy, who's a great marketing master, and he was talking about how to develop skills effortlessly. And he basically said that you just put on your headphones and you play a great audio program, and you have to listen to it 6 times. 6 times at least, 6 times in a row. If it's a really great thing, like about business, about marketing, sales, leadership, charisma, anything that you're interested in, you listen to this thing 6 times, and then it becomes a part of your reality. Because if you just listen to it 1 time, then it will just fade from your life at some point, because then you'll be preoccupied with other things. But if you listen to it multiple times, then it's a whole different game. So these are some of the best tips. And as a bonus tip, I could add that you can listen to these binaural beats that you can also find on YouTube for learning. So you just put on your headphones, and then you have this special music with the right frequency, and it works like magic, actually. So when you are learning, you can listen to this music, and your brain will absorb the information so much faster. Okay, so also it's great to read actually some books, just books about learning. So I'm going to put a couple of my favorite titles in the video description, so you can just check them out if you want to absorb information even faster. Alright, so I hope these tips help you, and if you have some of your own tips, please put them in the comments section and tell me how you like this video, and subscribe to my channel. If you like the video, please hit the like button, and just learn every day, and you'll see that it will lead you to great places.